we have some big 10th edition rumours. It's talking Blood Angels and Tyranids. It's talking World Eaters. It's talking Tyranids. This was posted over on Reddit, and it said it's a burner account. So please take everything that I'm going to mention in here with a pinch of salt. I am going to compare it to some of the rumours that I've heard as well to see how true potentially this could be. So let's jump in and let's get talking. So the first part says Space Marines 2.0 Codex in 2023. Now, by this point, I think we're all aware that Space Marines are getting a 2.0 Codex. I've been saying this now for months. It's definitely happening. We're even getting new Codex supplements for like the Ultramarines, the Imperial Fists, the Salamanders, the Raven Guard. I just don't know in terms of how they're going to release them, either in one big book or multiple books like they did with 8th edition. It does say that it adds Jump Assault Infantry in a Shadow Space style release with the World Eaters. Now, again, I have heard that Jump Assault Intercessors are all but done. They're just waiting to be released. This is along with other units for Space Marines, which is a brand new Dreadnought, which is apparently a melee Dreadnought. There's going to be new rocket troops as well. When I say rocket troops, rocket launcher troops, a part of a Primaris remodeling and being redone as like a full 10-man group. It goes on to say Primaris Terminators held back for 10th edition. Again, the Primaris Terminators has come up a few times now, and it seems to be that something is happening in terms of Terminator and Primaris. Now, from what I was told a couple of months back, is that they're going to be relaunching Space Hulk. And in Space Hulk, apparently there's going to be new models in that. Now, I thought that, will they actually add Primaris into that Space Hulk game? The thing is, when you talk about Terminators, and I'm sure a lot of people are going to be agreeing with this, is that Terminators are such an iconic piece of armor when it comes to Space Marines. To replace them, let's say, or redo them as Primaris may not go down well for the majority of players. I'm sure some people will love the models, but I think most people will hate it because Terminator armor is the most, well, for me anyway, the most iconic set of armor that Space Marines actually have. It moves on to the 10th edition starters featuring Blood Angels and Tyranids now. So what it's saying on this post is that 10th edition starter set, or 10th edition, the starting races or the main races are going to be Blood Angels and Tyranids. Now, from what I've been told, and again, this like the source that told me this has been semi-correct. So I'm a bit of 50-50 to believe the source on these rumors that they told me. Apparently, it's going to be the Dark Angels that are going to be the main faction of 10th edition. I've heard that Primarch Lionel Johnson is coming back in 10th edition. But again, take that with as much salt as you will, because the source who is saying that information is not a 100% factual source, which I normally base my rumor videos off. So it goes on to say here, new Primaris Terminators, Jump Death Company, Captain, Sanguinary Priest. So I think it's basically listing really what's going to be in that box set. So when it says new Primaris Terminators, I think that harbours back to something that I've just said. I definitely think something's out there in terms of bigger Primaris units. Either it's going to be a new variant of Gravis armor or something Gravis based. I definitely don't think they're going to change Terminators with Primaris Marines. I think Terminators are always going to be Terminators. I think this is just going to be a new type of Terminator, but with a Primaris troop. So, you know, don't panic for people who are going to panic. Jump Death Company, which is basically Death Company, but Jump Assault for Primaris. Yeah, that makes sense. We all know that Primaris can fall to the Black Rage, to the Red First now. I know a lot of people are like, well, they're just plain Ultramarines because, you know, they don't have any of the traits of the Blood Angels. That has been proven wrong, and they can fall to, like I said, the Black Rage and the Red First. And the Captain and the Sanguinary Priest, again, that does make sense because you need HQ, so, you know, to have an Apothecary and a Captain in there works if you're doing like a box set or like a new range release. Again, From what I heard, Dark Angels are going to be the main focus, so it's going to be interesting to see if this actually turns out to be true. It's going to be a battle of the Blood Angels versus the Dark Angels. Who would you like to have at the start of 10th edition? Blood Angels or Dark Angels getting a brand new release? And on the other side of the box with the Tyranids, it says Broodlord, new Gene Stealers, which again could work with the new Space Hulk game, which I mentioned, because that is definitely happening, because that's from a source that I definitely trust. Macrofex, Hypergaunt, Zornthro HQ. And now we jump back to a Blood Angels faction release, which is basically, just not the box set, but, Blood Angels themselves getting that full bit of love. So it says here, Sanguinor, which is, in brackets, it says a Primarch / Avatar of Sanguinius. Lots of cherubs. Now, the Sanguinor, with the, I say with a new lore, has really been pumped up in power. Like, the Sanguinor is actually navigating vessels over on the other side of the Great Rift. Like, he's helping the Blood Angels, battle the forces of chaos and everything like that. So again, that could make sense. Dante, model has been ready since 2019. If anyone needs a bloody model, it's Dante. Dante is incredible. Now, it doesn't mention Primaris Dante, which is kind of spicer. Maybe Dante won't be a Primaris Marine, but with the releases that we've seen, with everyone going Primaris so far, Mephiston, Ragnar and stuff like that, I definitely think it would be a Primaris Dante model. If it is Primaris Dante, does that mean like he gets like rejuvenated and stuff like that, becoming a Primaris Marine? That'll be an interesting one. We can probably talk about that at a later date when it officially happens, if it happens, that is. A Death Company Chaplain, a Furioso Redemptor Dreadnought. Again, they are doing a Dreadnought for Space Marine 2.0 relaunch, which is a melee Dreadnought. It has two fists, it has melters on there, it has bolters, I think, and stuff like that. So that is definitely happening. So I'm wondering if this is kind of getting mixed up with a Furioso Redemptor and the Redemptor that's coming for Space Marine 2.0. And right at the end, it says Sanguinary Guard and an upgrade sprue. I'm sure the upgrade sprue means like just shoulder pads and helmets and stuff. But Sanguinary Guard, if we get new Sanguinary Guard, again, this could be an absolute win of a relaunch. Blood Angels are a massive popular faction. So if you do it right, I'm sure it's going to sell phenomenally well. So hopefully, fingers crossed, this is true, and we get all that cool stuff that's just been mentioned. And right at the end, we have Tyranids. So Tyranids, it says here, a Macrofex, Old One Eye, which is apparently going to be a Macrofex size, Hypergaunt Swarms, which are going to be on 105mm bases. It's got in brackets new Gene Stealers and new Hormagaunts. Now, on the terms of new Hormagaunts, I will say that I have heard the rumor that new Hormagaunts are definitely coming. Apparently, they weren't released with the Tyranid edition this edition, but something is in the works with them. So that is a couple of times I'm seeing new Hormagaunts now. When you hear it a couple of times, it more or less means it's true in like the rumorverse and stuff like that. So yeah, I definitely believe that. New Gene Stealers, like I said, with the stuff I'm hearing about Space Hulk being rebranded, or should I say being relaunched, I definitely think that's true as well, because that's a perfect setting to release new Gene Stealers, so they can release it in that box and also sell it separately as well. All right, Chaperonios, that's enough waffling from me as always. Again, this is from a burner account. Take everything we've just talked about with a pinch of salt, buckets of salt if you want to. Post what you want down below in the comment section. I want to hear what you like the most out of that list. Do you think it's true, actually? Do you think it's true? Do you think that could work? Do you think Blood Angels and Tyranids could be the main faction for 10th edition? Anyway, I'm off. Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching, as always. See you in a bit. Have a great day, and bye-bye.